Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing good. Thank you so much guys for always coming back. My name is Cynthia. If you're new here, you are highly welcome. Before we start, I would like to say a big thank you to all of you. Thank you so much guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your comments, your likes. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for all the words of encouragement, for your prayers. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channels. I will link them in the description box below. One is mainly on kids sewing and the other one is on baking. Please subscribe to my channel. Let's grow these channels together. So in today's video, we're going to be making this off-shoulder long dress. This is what we're going to be making today. I'll be using 4 yards of fabric. The dress will be on 3 sections. The first section is from the shoulder to the half length. Then from half length, I will make a flared. It's why the down part is gathered. So we start by folding the fabric into 2. So I use the biggest part of the body to cut out the upper part. The biggest part of the body is the bust measurement, and I added some allowance to it. So my fabric is folded into 2. I will fold it again. Now I have my fabric folded into 4. So I'm not adding zip to it. It's an off-shoulder dress. It can easily penetrate through the head. I'll go ahead and place the measurement. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 16 inches. Divided by 2 is 8 inches. Plus half inch sewing allowance. So I'll mark my 8.5 inches here. The length of the upper part is 18 inches plus sewing allowance. So I'll be minusing 5 inches for the off shoulder. I will place my tape like so. I'll minus the 5 inches. So I will take the armhole measurement. My round armhole measurement is 18 inches. Divided by 2 is 9 inches. So I will minus the 5 inches. After you minus the 5 inches, you'll be left with 4 inches. That's the armhole. So I will place my tape like this and take all the measurements. From shoulder to bust is 10.5 inches plus sewing allowance. From shoulder to waist is 17.5 inches plus sewing allowance. So I'll be marking this 18 inches because I'll be using half inch to join into the down part. This is my chest line. This is my bust line. And then this is my waistline. So the armhole, I will make a curve here. So I'll place the bust measurement right on this chest line. The bust measurement I'm working with is 40 inches. Divided by 4 is 10 inches. I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance and 1 inch for ease. So that is 12 inches. The waist measurement is 36 inches. Divided by 4 is 9 inches. So I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. 1 inch for that. And a half inch for ease. So we connect it right from the chest line to the waistline. If you like, you can shape in the neck a little bit. I will just go inside by half inch again, making a little curve. You can leave it like that. You can shape in it. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. My bust palm is 8 inches. Divided by 2 is 4 inches. I will add half inch for sewing allowance. That is 4.5 inches. So I'll place 4.5 inches for my dart. I'll still place my tape like so. I will come down 1 inch from the bust measurement. From here, I will mark my dart line. This is my dart, and I will mark half inch on this side and half inch on this side. I will connect it right from 1 inch below the bust line. I will connect this side also. So I'll make a notch here for the front and the back. So that's it for the upper part. We go ahead and cut out the flared. So go ahead and fold my fabric. I will fold my fabric like a triangle. This is my fabric. I will grab it here. My fabric is folded into two in a triangular form. The full length of my dress is 63 inches. The upper part is 18 inches. 63 minus 18 is 45 inches. Remember I said I'll be adding pleats to the down part. The pleat is 11 inches. 45 minus 11 inches is 34 inches. And I'll be cutting out 34 inches flared. I will cut out the front, then use the front to cut out the back. Place the measurement now. The waist measurement I'm working with is 36 inches. Divided by 2 is 18 inches. 18 inches is for the front, 18 inches is for the back. I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. That is 19 inches. So I will use 19 inches to cut out the front one and use 19 inches to cut out the back. So right on this place now we mark 19 inches. So because my fabric is folded into two, I will divide the 19 inches by 2. 19 divided by 2 is 9.5 inches. Right on this place here, I will mark 9.5 inches. So this is 9.5 inches. So I will measure how many inches it is. I have 11 inches here, then I will take 11 inches round. Right from this 9.5 inches, I will take my flared length, which is 34 inches. I'll mark 34 inches round. You mark and connect the lines. This is the length of the flared. I will go ahead and cut it out. I will use this to cut out the back piece. So guys, I'm done cutting the flared, both front and back. So I also cut out 11 inches. I'll be joining these 11 inches to the flared. So this will be at the bottom of the dress. We'll cut out the sleeves later as we move on. What we are going to do is to put the fabric together. This is the upper part. So I will bring the front and the back out. This is where I marked my dart. Remember I made a notch here. So I will pin the darts. So I made a notch here earlier. I will do the same thing to the back side. So I will sew the darts front and back. After I've done that, I will take the front and the back, lay them against each other. I will use 1 inch to join the sides together. So I finished joining the upper part. I've also sewn the darts. What we are going to do next is to cut out our sleeves. I will measure this shoulder here. Whatever I have here, I will minus it from my round shoulder. Before we cut out the sleeve, I will measure the shoulder here. So what I have here is 16 inches. 16 inches for the front and 16 inches for the back. 16 plus 16 is 32 inches. So minus my round shoulder from the upper bust measurement. So this is the upper bust measurement. My round shoulder is 45 inches. 45 minus 32 is 13 inches. I will divide the 13 inches for the two sleeves. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5 inches. I will use 6.5 inches for each sleeves. I already cut out the sleeve here. I will explain everything to you guys. I will still place my tape measurement like so. I will minus the 5 inches. The length of my sleeve is 14 inches. I'm making a short sleeve. Because I'll be adding elastic to the sleeve, I will add extra 4 inches to it, making it 18 inches. I folded my fabric into two. For the sleeve, I folded the fabric into two. I will still divide 6.5 inches by 2. 6.5 divided by 2 is 3 1/4. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance, that is 4 1/4. So I'll mark 4 1/4 here. So I will place my tape measurement like so. I will still minus the 5 inches. My round sleeve is 18 inches, divided by 2 is 9 inches. So I'll mark my 9 inches here. So right on this 9 inches, I will mark 9.5 inches on this line here. So from there, I will make a curve here. So from this 9 inches, I'll take it to the bottom of the sleeve. So this is a little bit bigger than the upper part here. The round sleeve here is 10 inches and the upper part is 9 inches. I've done series of this video. I just wanted to explain it more to you guys. So I've joined the sleeves together. What we are going to do next is to attach the sleeve to the upper part. I will match the side seam together. Take this one, take it to the other side. And they take this one to the back side. So we join the sleeve to the upper part, then I will hem the upper part round. I will take 1/2 inch twice, hem it round. If you like, you can add elastic to the upper part to keep it firm, but I don't want to add elastic to it. I'll just leave it like that. So for the round sleeve, I've already sewn 1/4 inch round, so I will take 1 inch, sew 1 inch round. That is where I'm going to insert my elastic. I will leave about 1.5 inches unsewed. I will do the same thing to this sleeve. Finish attaching the sleeve to the upper part. So what we are going to do is to add elastic to the sleeve. My round sleeve here is 14 inches. I cut out 10 inches elastic. So I'll go ahead and use a safety pin to insert the elastic. I'll insert it through this 1.5 inches I left unsewed. Make sure you secure the other side. I will use zigzag stitch to stitch the elastic together and then stitch up this 1.5 inches I left unsewed. I'll do the same thing to the other side. So that's it for the upper part. We'll now move over to the down part. I will take the down part, that's the flared. I will take one of the panel and open it up. Then take the 11 inches we cut out earlier. So I'll be joining this 11 inches to the flared. So I cut out ×2 of the flared. I measured the wideness of the flared and use it to cut out ×2 of this 11 inches. I'll use a gather stitch to gather it up to 75 inches. I'll do the same thing to the back piece. So I've used my machine to gather the 11 inches. As you can see, it's already gathered. I don't need to pull it again. I use the longest stitch in my machine to make the gather. So what we are going to do next is to attach the flared to this gather. So this is my flared, and this is the 11 inches gather. I will lay them against each other, right side facing each other. I will use 1/2 inch to join them together. I will do the same thing to the back panel. I'll finish attaching the gather to the flared, so we'll go ahead and join them together. So I'll take the front and the back panel, then lay them against each other. The front and the back panel are facing each other. I will use 1 inch to join them together. So we're almost done, guys. I finished joining them together. This is the down part. We'll go ahead and join the upper part to the down part. I will turn the down part to the wrong side. So this is the 1/2 length, that's the upper part, and this is the right side. I will tuck it inside. Right side facing each other. I will use 1/2 inch to join them together. So guys, this is the finished look of the dress. This is the down part. So that's it for today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching to the end. I will see you guys in my next one. Please subscribe to my new YouTube channels. I will link them in the description box below. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. Bye.